It's 2016, the year of virtual reality. The Oculus and the Vive are in our hands now, and the world's eyes are glimmering with hope of what the technology will bring. That is assuming you aren't watching this in 2017, when our virtual overlords inevitably take over our minds through excessive use of VR and pink eye medication. And this isn't the first time that VR has been on our minds. The concept actually had a strong presence in the 90s. That is until Nintendo melted our retinas with the red devil known as the Virtual Boy. But before that Crimson Crash and Burn, a company called Saban Entertainment, known best at the time for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, decided to cash in on the craze, as well as the popularity of their already established franchise, and bring us something new, in a similar vein to Power Rangers. And thus, the world was blessed with VR Troopers.
Trooper transform! VR!
VR Troopers, much like the Power Rangers, was a North American adaptation of a Japanese action TV series. But unlike the Power Rangers, we didn't exactly keep it strapped to our eyes, and it only stayed on the air for just over a year. VR Troopers. More like VR Poopers. I said more like VR Poopers. I said more like VR poop. Well, this was the 90s, so of course it didn't take very long for a video game to be defecated onto store shelves. VR Troopers for the Sega Genesis, developed by a company called Cyrox Developments. It was released in 1995 and was strangely a fighting game. Just listen to the sound of that music. It's so video game. The game does have a few different modes, but we're just gonna focus on the story mode. Oh geez, look at this guy's eyes. You're freaking me out, man. I don't really remember this guy's name. I, like most of America, didn't really watch VR Troopers back in the day, so we'll just call him Colin Powell. Look out for Tankatron's cannon. It can deliver quite a blast. Yeah, as can most cannons, Colin. They're freaking cannons. And Wrinkleface here is Grimlord, the main antagonist of VR Troopers. You'll never crack Tankatron's hard shell. Give up now, Trooper. Well, I mean, you got me, Grimlord. I don't even want to play this stupid game. You can choose between any of the 3 troopers, and that's it. So many options! Smash Brothers who, am I right? I'll just choose this guy because I remember him being the leader, and I guess that's kind of the extent of my reasoning here. And my opponent, Tankatron, looks like a rejected Spider-Man villain if you ask me. The game feels really weird. It's a bit too easy to jump when you weren't trying, and your jump attacks take you across the whole screen. Also, I'm pressing the buttons for various special moves shown in the character select screen, and they only seem to work sometimes? Gee, this game's pretty hard. The inaccurate controls aren't helping either. Let's try that again. Okay, I got him this time. I like how this guy's name is just Ryan. It's not very intimidating. To save our planet from certain destruction, we shall call upon Earth's greatest warrior, Glenn. Why? What is that? That dog has seen some things no living creature should see. Did that dog just talk to me?
What is going on?
I get it now. That dude's eyes, this freaked out talking dog, the mathematic acid trails. This was supposed to be some kind of simulated VR acid trip, wasn't it? Next up is a fight against the Cantina Band from Star Wars. Oh, come on, really? I can't get out of the... Oh, what? Okay, I'm not crazy, right? I was just getting my butt kicked and suddenly I just won? It's gonna be a wild ride. Next up, I'm fighting against Dark Souls. I'll go with JB for this one. Wow, I guess I was right to nickname this guy Dark Souls. Let's try that again. Are you kidding me with this guy? Alright, got him. Oh man, it's that freaky dog again. And another round against the Silence from Doctor Who. I figured out that between each fight, you have to go through one of these little bonus rounds, and your goal here is to survive until the clock runs out. And you defeat these guys by hitting them into each other. I like seeing what poses I can freeze them into.
Out of nowhere!
Next up is some guy called Darkheart. Darkheart's cloak will be your undoing, trooper. What the heck kind of threat is that? Quake at the sight of my zip-up hoodie. I'll try this one as Caitlin. Get a little girl power going here. This guy was more of a pushover compared to the last guy. The next guy, Gorilla Bot or whatever the heck, was a bit harder, but I was able to overcome him with some strategy. The old crouch and kick until he's dead. Or as I like to call it, the Caitlyn Special. I beat the next bonus round, beat some guy called the Magician, and another bonus round, and now I'm apparently fighting a clone bot of JB. I've been doing pretty good with Caitlyn, but I can't not have JB fight against JB, right? Right? After he goes down, it's time for another fight against the Cantina Band. You know, I'm getting really tired of these bonus rounds between every fight. And they get longer as you get further through the game. You know, I'm beginning to think they may have been padding out the story. Well, I failed. Yeah, no biggie, let's get on to the next fight. Wait. I have to do the last fight again? Are you serious? If you fail a bonus fight, you have to repeat the main fight you just finished before you can move on. Aww. Aww. Okay, so I won this time. Can we just get the Grimlord now? Oh, so now I have to fight a Caitlyn clone. And let me guess, after this is gonna be a Ryan clone, and then probably a clone of the dog or something. And then maybe Grimlord. All the while having to endure increasingly difficult survival rounds against the putties. Well, I'll carry on the tradition and fight Caitlyn with Caitlyn. Ooh, I want to be that color. Why can't I be that color? She is pretty tough, but it's time to bust out the old Caitlyn Special once again. Huzzah! She's down, and I am the superior Caitlyn. Just gotta make it past this stupid bonus round. 70 seconds, oh come on! And within 20 seconds I'm down. You know what that means. Caitlyn clone approaching. And just like the TV show, this game is cancelled. Well, that was a game. I mean, as we've seen on this channel before, those licensed games back then weren't very good. I mean, I've played worse, but those annoying and surprisingly mandatory bonus rounds between fights just to, I guess, increase the playtime of the game's story mode just really did more harm than good. It's no wonder virtual reality didn't really pan out back then. I mean, if this was the representation it got. At least now I can end this stupid bit and take off the headset. My eyes are getting sweaty. Oh, I'm not even facing the camera. To save our planet from certain destruction, we must call upon Earth's greatest warrior. Rick, Keith, Bill, Trent, Don, Carl. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you made it to this point and maybe you're a little interested in something similar to this, I actually talk about a Power Rangers video game, as well as a bunch of other 90s licensed video games in this slightly older video of mine that you can click right there and watch. And if you enjoy what you've seen and you enjoyed that video, feel free to click subscribe and like and all those other good things, and even share the video, because if you want this video to be seen, it isn't really gonna be seen until you share it. Thank you guys, and have a good one.